About baseball. Do you know anything about orchids? Do you know what an orchid is?
No.
No? Well, if you wanted to find out what an orchid is or find out how to take care of orchids, you could go to the annual orchid show. Let's take a look. It's a flower.
Orchids were everywhere, to look at, to buy, to plant. The South Bay Orchid Society celebrated its 50th year with its annual orchid sale and show, and the competition was tough as always.
Well, looks like I won an award here. I didn't expect to get it.
Orchids each have specific needs, so do your research before you buy one.
Buy something that's appropriate for your type of garden.
The trouble is, people will come to shows like this and buy orchids and take them home, and a lot of times within 30 or 60 days, they're dead.
Orchids 101, the biggest mistake new growers make.
Killing with kindness. That's the number one mistake people make with orchids, is overwatering them.
Orchids aren't regular plants, so don't treat them like they are. The roots need to breathe, they need to dry out, and as for sunlight,
Orchids generally like to be in indirect light. You can have too much light on an orchid or too little light on an orchid. The way you tell whether or not your orchid has got enough light is by looking at the leaves.
there are anywhere between 30,000 to 50,000 types of orchids, and it's normal for them to grow in trees and even on things. Orchids can grow just about anywhere. You don't even have to fertilize this one. This is probably a surprise to many since the orchids we tend to see are in plastic pots, but tree fern fiber is actually a better choice.
We use the bottom to plug the bottom, and it acts as an excellent water retainer as well as a water distribution network.
The most common orchid is the Phalaenopsis. These you can find at the supermarket, but they actually aren't easy to grow in Southern California.
Make sure when you grow them inside that you give them lots of air and lots of indirect light. A sunny window with a little breeze going past it is perfect.
And with the proper care, an orchid can live forever.
Because orchids can live longer than, we do.
Reporting for City Cable 3, Araxia Carpathian.